On the Newshour tonight, I'm joined by Kamal Farooqi, Samajwadi Party leader. Thank you very much, Mr. Farooqi. Let's go straight into our chat tonight. Don't want to make it political, but let's have all points of view. Kamal Farooqi is also joined by Sudhindra Bhadoria of the BSP. Dr. D.R. Rai, Secretary of the Indian Medical Association. Dr. M. Wali is a senior physician at the Department of Medicine at the RML Hospital. Madhu Kishwar is a professor at CSDS and well-known social activist. Dr. Rai, if I can begin with you. Can you hear me, Dr. Rai?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dr. Rai, to put it mildly, I'm shocked at what you said. Because you're a Secretary of the General of the Indian Medical Association. And you seem to be backing what happened in that hospital. You actually seem to be supporting what happened in that hospital, Dr. Rai. Can you please explain how, as Secretary General of the Indian Medical Association, you can do that?
I think you are distorting the statement given by us. You should have gone in the complete theory what has happened on 3rd of July at 7:30 a.m. when a single doctor sitting in the hospital on duty, in a 175 bedded hospital, and all of a sudden 18 persons injured after accident walks in. That doctor has immediately called the doctors on the telephone, and he also called the paramedics which on the telephone, and even the Secretary of the Indian Medical Association also went to the hospital. And to the best of their knowledge, they have treated each and every patient, and the proper treatment was given to them. And if you are distorting the statement that I'm backing, no, I'm not backing. If the sweeper is doing stitching, I'm not backing. If a ward boy is doing stitching, I'm not backing. Yeah, if a OT technician has assisted the doctor, yes, I support that.
I am so shocked, Dr. Rai. I am so shocked. I am so surprised.
And rather, we should also appreciate
I am so
the city
surprised.
like Bulandshahr, which is having a population of more than...
1 minute, Dr. Rai, please understand. First of all, on the Newshour, I do my research, and I would like to ask you today, how many doctors were there at that hospital, are working in that hospital?
Please, sir.
How many doctors are working in that hospital? 1, 2 or 3? Or 23?
The information which I got from my secretary there are about 20 doctors are working in that hospital.
Yes.
The time was early in the morning when the shifting of the duty is there.
I am asking
and only one doctor was on duty in the emergency.
I am sorry, Mr. Dr. Rai.
That is to be considered, sir.
Dr. Rai, I think you should get your facts correct. There are 23 doctors who are employed at that hospital. 7 of them have a surgical specialty. That means that besides them, there are 16 other doctors, right? Now, along with that, there would be medical staff, medically qualified staff. How then can you tell me, in which world does somebody without any medical qualification, who as per the rules of the Medical Council of India qualifies to be a quack, is allowed to carry out a minor surgical procedure? And you, as the Secretary General of the Indian Medical Association, are actually saying today, you're making a hero out of that individual who allowed this to happen. This is so completely shocking. This is simply a Chalta hai attitude.
You are distorting, my dear Goswami, you are distorting the statement. You
have said...
I'm saying from this media, if you should have gone in the reality of this, it is a system failure. Why there were not more doctors in the emergency? Because it was the 7:30, the time which has been told to me. It was 7:30 in the morning.
Right.
And when they immediately called the doctors and the doctors have attended. And we should say at least they have done their job there, and they're calling the doctors and the paramedical staff. We should discuss that there is a shortage of the doctor in the hospital, and city like Bulandshahr, which is having a population of more than 3 lakh, where the catchment area is too big. It is on the highway. A lot of emergencies comes. It is a routine. Why the government has not posted more doctors? Why the government has not given the more paramedical staffs for the assisting of the emergencies? I think we should discuss that only.
I think
if by the way in emergency something happens, he has taken help, and if he has taken help from that OT technician, OT technicians are sometimes I tell you they are better than the fresh graduates also. But because they are working all the time in the surgery department in the operation theatre.
Most unfortunately, again, you are factually wrong. I am sorry to say this to you. You are 1000% factually wrong, because there are 23 doctors who are there. It is that chief medical superintendent who does not do his job, who doesn't know how to manage a hospital. If out of 23 doctors there's not one person and only cleaner boys and sweepers carry out surgeries, you should be taking action, and nobody's jumping the gun. But you are being defensive about what is an unforgivable act. You are on the Newshour, you're defending the indefensible.
No, I'm not.
I want to get another point of view. Let's get Madhu Kishwar into
Chief Medical Superintendent should be taken to the task. He is responsible for that.
Well, then let me quote you.
He is responsible for that.
Then let me quote you. Then I want to quote you, and I want to tell you that tonight on Newshour, you are doing a U-turn, sir. Because you have said, and I have got you on quote, you said, I would like to pat the shoulder of that doctor as he handled all the patients. And now you are saying, because I'm putting the facts before you, that action should be taken against that doctor.
No, again, listen, again, you are, my dear, you are just putting the words in my mouth. You are putting the words in my mouth. You are putting the words in my mouth, Mr. Goswami. You know, on what condition I told, if in emergency he was alone, at least he has done his job. At least he has done his job. We should definitely praise him that way. But we are not saying that he should take help of the sweeper or he should take help of somebody else.
As I know,
don't put the words in my mouth.
As far as I know, there is no chivalry but 1000% negligence, because you have to be an MBBS with a license from the Medical Council of India to perform any surgery. Now that's it. That's unless you are treating human beings. You need to have that license to be allowed to do that job. So there is no, as the Secretary General of the IMA, that should be your stance. There are no ifs and buts. What has happened is unforgivable. Let's get Madhu Kishwar in. Madhu Kishwar, what do you make of what's happened?
What I see in this is the very appalling conditions under which most of our doctors function in government hospitals. The poor facilities provided, the understaffing of it, and poor medical management. We do not take management of hospitals, management of medical facilities as a serious discipline, which is one of the reasons our hospitals, our government hospitals, are filthiest, dirtiest hellholes in the world. Our doctors perform under the most trying conditions, and I would in that sense certainly salute this doctor who saved 18 lives. No lives are lost, and to me that's very important. He took help from whatever was at hand, and the conditions under which doctors work will decide the outcomes, and I think we need to really focus on that. And it's not a case of one hospital or Uttar Pradesh alone. This is the state of affairs in the vast majority of hospitals, public hospitals, government facilities in the country.
I think it is time that we challenge this Chalta hai attitude. And I wonder why the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, my question is to Kamal Farooqui.
This is not Chalta hai.
My question is to Kamal Farooqui. 1 minute, ma'am. Why is now let me tell you what the Health Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Ahmad Hassan, says, Kamal Farooqui. He says that, these are probably OT attendants, and he has done nothing here. He's actually defended what has happened here. By which implication I understand, Mr. Farooqui, that in the future any quack can be allowed to operate in any government hospital in Uttar Pradesh. And why is the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, who is holidaying in Europe now...
I'm very sorry, you are using wrong words for... I'm very sorry, Arnab.
Yes.
I strongly object to whatever you are using all those kind of words which are not. Rather, the boys which have done well, we should have appreciated. And what actually Dr. Saab has said, Dr. Rai, and what Madhu Ben has said, please understand, it's very easy to criticize the people, but it's very difficult to work. This is my second interview now. I am coming from a very renowned studio. I tell you, anything, anytime can happen over there, because the conditions over there are so bad that it is very difficult to climb.
Why should we live with those conditions?
If anything happens over there, who will be responsible for it?
Why should we live with those
conditions? What I'm trying to tell you, in a hospital like this situation, where 18 people have injured, they got an accident, there was an emergency, it's a disaster management. And the doctor, I'm not trying to defend anybody, but at the same time, we're stretching too far now. And you have gone too far to use all those kind of words, even about the Chief Minister. The way you are using the word, he's holidaying. Does that poor man, doesn't have the right? What are you talking about? You don't have the right to...
down.
You don't have the right to abuse each and every person. You don't have the right to use all these kind of words.
Calm down,
you have been using 4 times holidaying. The Chief Minister doesn't have the right to have this some
surely he can have
right after about 6 months he has gone over there. Number one. Number two, you have used Ahmad Hassan.
Yes.
He has very rightly said that as of today you want to put everything as if you are conducting an inquiry, as if you are a judicial authority, using all those kind of
Mr. Farooqi, calm down.
Let the inquiry be conducted.
Mr. Farooqi, calm down.
Negligent, action will be taken.
Mr. Farooqi,
nobody, no institution can take an action on the basis of the media report only.
Take a few questions.
Go into the whole details. I think you are crossing all those limits. And this has to be stopped. And let me tell you one thing. Please allow me to complete. This is not the only thing. I have come, Mr. Rai is here, another famous doctor is here. I have also come with another doctor. This condition is not only in this country. In the condition like this, Dr. Saab is here with me. In the condition like this, if the emergency is there, we have to use all kind of facilities, all kind of skills, whether they are trained or not trained, to save the life of the people. Saving the life is more important than anything else. You please appreciate there is a deficiency of 6 lakh doctors in the country. Do this. Why the 6 lakh doctors are...
Mr. Farooqi, will you...
And then you are trying to say all those kind of things.
Mr.
You have been using this story to trying to...
Now, Mr. Farooqi...
This was the first time I am speaking with those kind of
it's all right.